The alien ship Harmony appeared in Earth's sky on a clear Tuesday morning. It was huge and silver, shaped like a perfect disk. People all over the world looked up and pointed. Some were afraid, some were excited, but everyone knew that this day would change everything. Dr. Jun Kim stood on the roof of Seoul National University, watching the ship through his binoculars. As Earth's top scientist who studied life on other planets, he had waited for this moment his whole life. "It's really happening," he said to himself. His hand shook a little. After years of sending signals into space, someone had finally answered. His phone rang. It was Captain Tae Park from the military. "Dr. Kim, the aliens want to meet. They asked for you by name." Tae's voice was serious. "They're landing in 1 hour at Olympic Park. A car is coming to get you." June took a deep breath. "I'll be ready." 45 minutes later, June sat in a black car with Tae. The captain wore his formal uniform with all his medals. His face showed no emotion, but his eyes kept checking his watch. "What do we know about them?" June asked. "Not much. They call themselves the Galactic Council. This ship is just a small part of their fleet. They say they come in peace." Tae looked at June. "They say they've been watching us for years." The car stopped at Olympic Park, now surrounded by military vehicles. Soldiers stood in lines, guns ready but pointed down. World leaders waited on a red carpet that led to an empty space where the alien ship would land. June and Tae joined the greeting party. The president of Korea nodded to them. "Dr. Kim, you will speak first," she said. "Keep it simple and friendly." The air suddenly became still. Then a low hum filled the park as a small shuttle broke through the clouds. It was smooth and shiny with no visible engines. It landed without a sound, and everyone held their breath. A door opened in the side of the shuttle. A ramp extended to the ground. 3 figures walked out. They were tall and thin with gray-blue skin that looked almost like metal in the sunlight. They had 2 arms, 2 legs, and faces that looked almost human except for their large, all-black eyes and small mouths. They wore simple white clothes that seemed to flow like water. The tallest alien stepped forward. "I am Senior Ambassador, Trelk of the Galactic Council. We come in friendship to welcome Earth into the community of spacefaring worlds." Trelk's voice was smooth, and somehow everyone heard it in their own language. June stepped forward. His mouth felt dry. "I am Dr. Jun Kim. On behalf of Earth, we welcome you and hope for friendship between our worlds." Trelk's mouth moved in, what might have been a smile. "We have much to learn from each other, but first we must follow first contact protocol. We need to make sure we can't make each other sick. May we scan you?" The president nodded, and June stood still as Trelk held up a small device that glowed blue. The device made a strange noise. Trelk looked at it with surprise. The other aliens moved closer, looking concerned. "Is something wrong?" Tae asked, his hand moving slightly toward his gun. "No. Just unexpected," Trelk said slowly. "Your body contains traces of metals that are usually toxic to living beings, specifically a gallium-indium alloy in liquid form." June nodded. "Yes, small amounts. Most humans have it now. It's from our industrial development and technology. Our bodies have adapted to it over generations." The aliens looked at each other, making quick gestures with their long fingers. "This is most unusual," Trelk said. "In most species, such metals would cause death. We've built some resistance," June explained. "We've even developed medical treatments using these metals." The aliens seemed very interested now. Trelk put away the scanner. "We have much to discuss. Perhaps we could continue in a more comfortable setting." The meeting moved to the Grand Peace Hall. Human and alien delegates sat at a large round table. Scientists, military leaders, and politicians from Earth asked questions about the Galactic Council, while the aliens asked about Earth's history and technology. Everything was going well until the lights suddenly went out. The backup generators failed too. The room became completely dark and very cold as the heating system stopped working. "Please remain calm," said one of the security officers. "The power will return shortly." In the darkness, June could hear the Aliens making distressed sounds, their voices became weak and shaky. "Are you all right?" June asked, moving toward the sounds. "Cold." Trelk's voice trembled. "Our species struggles with temperature changes. We need warmth." June and Tay moved quickly. They helped the aliens to a corner of the room, away from windows. "Everyone, give us your coats," Tay ordered. People hurried to hand over their jackets, which June and Tay wrapped around the shivering aliens. "How are you not affected?" Trelk asked, teeth chattering. "The temperature dropped 15 degrees in minutes. Humans handle temperature changes pretty well," June explained, not feeling particularly cold himself. "Our bodies adjust quickly." The aliens looked at each other in the dim emergency lights that had finally come on. "It's the metal. The other aliens whispered to Trelk. "It must help regulate their body temperature." Trelk stared at June with new interest. "Your kind is more remarkable than we expected." The power came back 30 minutes later. The aliens recovered quickly once the heat returned. As the meeting ended, Trelk approached June privately. "Dr. Kim, I wish to learn more about this adaptation your species has made. The liquid metal in your systems. It's not just something you tolerate, is it? It seems to give you abilities others don't have." June hadn't thought about it that way before. "I suppose it might. We've never compared ourselves to other species before." "The Council represents over 50 different intelligent species," Trelk said. "And none of them can do what you just did. Function normally during a rapid temperature drop with no visible distress." Trelk's black eyes studied June carefully. "We would like to invite a human delegation to visit our main station. Would you come?" June didn't hesitate. "Yes. We would be honored." As the aliens returned to their shuttle, Tay joined June. "What did Trelk want?" he asked. June watched the shuttle rise into the sky. "They're interested in our biology, the metal in our blood. Apparently, it makes us special." "Special how?" Tay asked. "I'm not sure yet," June replied. "But we're going to find out. They've invited us to visit their space station." Tay looked up at the sky where the alien ship had disappeared. "Do you think we can trust them?" June thought for a moment. "I don't know, but they seemed very surprised by us, almost impressed." He turned to Tay with a smile. "And they definitely weren't expecting humans to have liquid metal flowing through their veins." The world changed that day. Humans were no longer alone in the universe. And soon they would learn that what made them different might also make them strong. 3 months after the aliens first landed on Earth, Dr. June Kim stared out the window of the space shuttle. Earth looked like a blue marble below him. He still couldn't believe he was traveling to an alien space station. "Amazing view, isn't it?" said Dr. Ha Shin, sitting next to him. Ha was the best scientist in the field of nanotechnology on Earth. Her short black hair was neatly cut, and her eyes were bright with excitement. "I never thought I'd see Earth from space," June replied, "and now we're going beyond our solar system." Captain Tay Park joined them at the window. He wore his formal uniform and carried a tablet with information about their mission. "We'll reach the Galactic Council station in 2 hours," Tay said. Ambassador Trelk sent a message. "They're eager to meet us." The human delegation included 5 people: June, Ha, Tay, and 2 government officials. They were the first humans to travel to the alien space station that orbited Proxima Centauri, the closest star to Earth's sun. The alien ship that carried them was much faster than any human spacecraft. It could travel across the stars in days instead of years. When they arrived at the space station, June gasped. It was enormous, like a spinning wheel with spokes connecting to a center hub. Lights glowed all over its surface, and smaller ships moved around it like bees around a hive. "It's a city in space," Ha whispered. Their ship docked at one of the spokes. When the doors opened, Ambassador Trelk was waiting with several other aliens of different shapes and colors. "Welcome to Harmony Station," Trelk said. "We are honored to have the first humans visit us." The humans followed Trelk through wide hallways filled with aliens from many worlds. Some looked almost human. Others had no resemblance to any life on Earth. They all stared at the human visitors with curiosity. Before you can enter the main areas of the station, we must complete your medical screening, Trelk explained. It's standard procedure for all new species. The humans were taken to a medical center. The room was white and clean with strange machines along the walls. Alien doctors wearing blue coverings asked the humans to lie on examination tables. "This won't hurt," one doctor said. "We're just scanning your bodies to understand your biology better." Light beams passed over the humans. Screens around the room filled with information. The alien doctors began to talk quickly to each other, seeming confused and excited. "Is something wrong?" June asked. The head doctor, who had 4 arms and green skin, turned to them. "Not wrong, just very unusual. We've confirmed what our initial scans on Earth detected. Your bodies contain liquid metal compounds, primarily gallium-indium alloy." "Yes, we know this," Tay said. "It's common in humans now." "What's remarkable," the doctor continued, "is that your bodies don't just contain these metals. You've integrated them into your biological functions. The metal flows through your veins alongside your blood. It interacts with your cells." Ha sat up on her table. "We've known for generations that humans have adapted to certain metals in our environment, but we didn't realize it was so unique." The alien doctor displayed images of human cells on a large screen. "Look at this. The metal has bonded with your cellular structure. It enhances your temperature regulation, increases electrical conductivity in your nervous system, and accelerates healing." June studied the images with growing amazement. "So the metal in our bodies isn't just something we tolerate, it's actually helping us?" "Exactly," the doctor said. "In most species we've encountered, these metals would be highly toxic. But humans have not only survived exposure, you've evolved to benefit from it." Ha looked thoughtful. "I may know why this happened. About 2 generations ago, Earth scientists developed medical nanites using gallium-indium alloys to fight a global pandemic. The nanites were programmed to attack viruses and then break down in the body." The aliens listened closely as Ha continued. "But some of the nanite material never fully broke down. Instead, it became incorporated into human DNA. Over time, our bodies began producing these metal compounds naturally as a result." Trelk seemed fascinated. "You created this adaptation deliberately?" "Not exactly," Ha explained. "It was an unexpected side effect. The nanites were meant to be temporary, but they changed us permanently." The aliens led the humans to a large meeting room where representatives from many worlds sat around a circular table. The room fell silent as the humans entered. "Honored council members," Trelk announced, "I present the delegation from Earth." June, Ha, and Tay took their seats. Screens displayed information about Earth and human biology. "We have completed our examination of the humans," the 4-armed doctor told the council. "Their biology is unlike anything we've seen before. They have successfully incorporated metallic elements into their cellular structure, giving them enhanced capabilities." Murmurs spread through the room. Some aliens looked impressed, others seemed concerned. A large alien with gray skin and no visible eyes spoke in a deep voice. "This is troubling. Metal-based biology gives humans advantages that could upset the balance between species." "Representative Glar," Trelk said, "the humans did not choose this adaptation. It developed naturally." "Actually," Ha corrected, "it started with our technology but then became natural through evolution." Glar turned toward the human delegation. "Even more concerning. You altered your own biology with technology. What else might you change about yourselves? Where will it end?" "We didn't plan this change," June explained, "but it has helped us survive on our world." Another alien, small with bright red skin, spoke up. "I find it fascinating. Humans have turned what should have been poison into strength. That shows remarkable adaptability." Glar wasn't satisfied. "I propose we quarantine Earth to prevent contamination of other worlds. Their metal biology could be dangerous if it spreads." Tay stood up quickly. "That's not fair. We've done nothing wrong." The meeting erupted into arguments. Some council members supported the humans. Others agreed with Glar's concerns. Trelk called for order. We will not make hasty decisions. Earth will be granted probationary membership in the Council for 6 months. During this time, we will learn more about humans and their unique biology. As the meeting ended, June, Ha, and Tai gathered in a private room. That didn't go as well as I hoped, June said. Ha nodded. Some of them are afraid of us. They see our metal-infused biology as a threat, or an advantage they don't have, Tai added. Did you notice how Glar reacted? He's not scared, he's jealous. June looked out a window at the stars. We need to show them that we're not dangerous, that we can be valuable allies. We will, Ha said confidently. But first we need to fully understand what makes us different. The liquid metal in our veins isn't just a quirk of human biology. It's something special. Something that might change everything. Little did they know how soon they would have to prove themselves, and how their metal-infused bodies would be tested in ways they never imagined. 6 months had passed since the human delegation first visited the Galactic Council station. Earth now had a small embassy on the station, and a few human ships traveled between Earth and Council space. Captain Tay Park commanded one of these ships, the Soul, which served as both a diplomatic vessel and a symbol of Earth's new place among the stars. Tay stood on the bridge of the Soul, looking out at the vastness of space. His ship was near Jupiter, returning from a diplomatic mission. Dr. Jun Kim and Engineer Yoon Lee were with him on the bridge. Captain, we're receiving an emergency signal, said the communications officer. Tay moved quickly to the console. Put it through. A distressed alien voice came through the speakers. This is Voltron Research Station. We have experienced catastrophic shield failure. Radiation levels are critical. Many injured. Any vessels in range, please help. That's Glar's people, June said quietly. Glar was the council representative who had been most opposed to Earth joining the Galactic Council. Tay didn't hesitate. How far are we from the Voltron station? 20 minutes at top speed, Yoon replied. She was small but strong, with short hair and quick hands that moved expertly over the ship's controls. Set course immediately, Tay ordered. As the Soul changed direction, another message came through. This one was from the Galactic Council. Human vessel Soul, be advised. Radiation levels at Voltran Station exceed safety parameters for all known species. Do not approach. Rescue ships with proper shielding will arrive in 4 hours. Tay looked at June. 4 hours could be too late. June nodded. Many of them will die waiting that long. What about us? Yoon asked. Can we survive those radiation levels? June thought for a moment. Humans have better radiation resistance than most council species because of our metal-infused biology. But these levels would still be dangerous. We might get sick, but we probably wouldn't die immediately like the Voltrans. Tay made his decision. We're going in. Volunteers only for the rescue team. Every crew member volunteered. Tay selected June for his medical knowledge, Yoon for her engineering skills, and 3 security officers. They prepared the ship's small shuttle for a rescue mission. Our suits will provide some protection, Tay told his team as they put on their spacesuits. But the radiation will still affect us. We go in fast, get everyone out, and leave. Clear? They all nodded. The Soul approached the Voltron station. It was a large ring-shaped structure that had been studying Jupiter's storms. Now one entire section was dark, and warning lights flashed across its surface. Radiation levels are extremely high, Yoon reported, checking her instruments. The station's main shield generator has completely failed. The shuttle launched from the Soul and docked at the emergency airlock of the Voltran station. When the doors opened, the humans were met with a scene of chaos. Blue-skinned Voltrans lay on the floor, many unconscious. The few still moving were clearly in pain. Tay activated his suit's translator. We're from Earth. We're here to help. A Voltran scientist looked up in surprise. Humans? But the radiation? You'll die. We're tougher than we look, Tay said. Where are the other survivors? Look here. Scientist pointed down a corridor. Main lab and living quarters, but the radiation is worse there. You can't. Tay was already moving. Yoon, check the backup shield generators, see if you can get them working. June, help the injured here. The rest of you come with me. As they moved deeper into the station, their suit sensors beeped warnings about the radiation. Tae could feel a strange warmth spreading through his body. He knew it was the radiation affecting him, but somehow it didn't feel as bad as he expected. In the main lab, they found more Voltrans. Some were unconscious next to their workstations. Others had tried to create makeshift shelters from the radiation. We need to move quickly, Tae told his team. Get everyone to the shuttle. As they worked, Tae noticed something strange. The radiation seemed to make his skin tingle, and he could almost feel the liquid metal in his blood moving faster, like it was responding to the threat. One of the Voltran scientists stared at Tae in disbelief. How are you still functioning? Our calculations show the radiation should have incapacitated you by now. Tae helped the scientist to his feet. Human biology is different. It's remarkable, the scientist said weakly. Your species continues to surprise us. In the living quarters, Tae found a young female Voltran hiding in a storage closet. She looked terrified. It's okay, Tae said gently. I'm here to help. Who are you? She asked. Captain Tae Park, from Earth. What's your name? Lena, she said. I'm Representative Glar's daughter. I'm here as a research assistant. Tae felt a surge of determination. The daughter of the very alien who had argued against Earth's admission to the Council was now depending on humans for survival. Well, Lena, let's get you out of here. Back at the shuttle, Yoon had managed to get a secondary shield working that reduced the radiation levels slightly. June was treating the injured Voltrans. How many? Tae asked. 47 survivors so far, June reported. His face was pale and sweat beaded on his forehead. The radiation was affecting him too, but he kept working. That's all of them, Yoon confirmed. The station had a crew of 52. 5 didn't make it. Tae nodded grimly. Let's go. As they flew back to the Sol, Tae noticed that all the humans on the rescue team looked sick. Their skin was flushed, and some had nosebleeds, but they were all conscious and functioning. One of the Voltran scientists watched them with amazement. Your bodies, they're fighting the radiation somehow. June, despite his own discomfort, explained. The liquid metal in our bloodstream is absorbing some of the radiation. Our bodies are using it as a shield and repair mechanism. Fascinating, the scientist said. You're actually adapting to the radiation exposure in real time. Back on the Sol, the Voltrans were taken to the medical bay. The human rescue team also needed treatment, but their symptoms were already improving. Lena approached Tae as he sat on a medical bed. You saved us when your council advisors told you not to come. Why? Tae looked at her. Because it was the right thing to do. Lena seemed to consider this. My father says humans are dangerous because they're different. But today, being different made you the only ones who could save us. Meanwhile, back on the Galactic Council station, Dr. Ha Shin was analyzing data from the Voltran station accident. Something didn't look right. The shield failure appeared to have multiple points of origin, not consistent with a random malfunction. This wasn't an accident, she said to herself as she studied the data patterns. Someone wanted that station to fail. Ha didn't know it yet, but the rescue mission had just changed everything. The liquid metal flowing through human veins had not only saved the Voltrans, it had revealed both humanity's greatest strength and sparked a crisis that would test the fragile peace between worlds. The news of the rescue mission spread quickly through the Galactic Council. Captain Tae Park and his crew were called heroes. Even Representative Glar had to thank the humans for saving his daughter Lena. 2 weeks after the rescue, Tae's ship docked at the council station. Many aliens came to greet them, taking pictures and asking questions. It was very different from their first visit when aliens had looked at them with fear. Dr. Ha Shin was waiting when Tai and Dr. Jun Kim stepped off the ship. I need to talk to you both. Privately, she said. Her face was serious. They went to the human embassy, a small section of the station given to Earth. Inside, they met Jin's son, a council security officer who worked with the humans. Jin was tall and thin with a calm face, but today he looked worried. "Tell them what you found," Jin said to Ha. Ha showed them a screen with complicated data. The shield failure at the Voltran station wasn't an accident. Someone caused it on purpose. "Are you sure?" Tay asked, frowning. Jin nodded. "I've been investigating too." Ha is right. The main shield and all 3 backups were damaged in a way that couldn't happen naturally. "But why would anyone do that?" June asked. 47 people almost died. "I think it was meant to kill everyone," Ha said quietly. "The attackers didn't expect humans to be able to save them." Jin pulled up more information on his tablet. "We found messages from a group that calls itself Purity of Form. They believe all species should develop naturally, without technology changing their biology." "Like our liquid metal adaptation," June said, understanding. "Exactly," Jin confirmed. "They see humans as unnatural because the metal in your blood came from technology first. They think you're a threat to the pure evolution of species." Tay stood up angrily. "So they were willing to kill innocent Voltrans just to make humans look bad?" "I think so," Ha said. "If the Voltrans had all died, it would have happened while Earth was on probation with the Council. It would have looked like humans weren't willing to help. Or if you had tried to help and died from radiation, it would prove that humans aren't as special as some think," Jin added. "Either way, Earth loses," June said. Jin looked around nervously. "We need to be careful. I think Purity of Form has members in high positions, maybe even on the Council itself." Later that day, Ha and Jin were working in the science lab looking for more evidence. They were alone when the doors suddenly locked with a loud click. "What's happening?" Ha asked, looking up from her work. Jin tried his security code on the door. "We're locked in, and look, the air vents are closing." A voice came through the speaker system. "Dr. Ha Xin, we know you've discovered our work. Unfortunately, we can't let you share that information." Ha recognized the voice. It belonged to a council assistant who worked with Representative Glar. "This is crazy," Ha said. "Let us out." "I'm afraid not," the voice replied. "Soon, the embassy will receive a tragic message about an accident in the lab. Very sad." Jin was trying to open a panel near the door. "Can you access the emergency systems?" he asked Ha. She ran to a computer. "I'll try." Suddenly, a strange humming sound filled the room. Ha felt a pull on her skin, like something was tugging at her. Pain shot through her body. "What is that?" she gasped, falling to her knees. Jin was in pain too. "Magnetic pulse weapon. It's targeting the metal in our blood." The pain was terrible. Ha felt like her blood was on fire. The liquid metal in her veins seemed to be vibrating, trying to pull out through her skin. "They're trying to kill us." "With our own adaptation," Jin said through gritted teeth. In the embassy's main room, June was talking with Tay when alarms started blaring. "Warning. Security breach in Science Lab 3, a computer voice announced. "That's where Ha and Jin are working," June said. They ran to the lab, but found the doors locked. "Security override," Tay commanded, but nothing happened. "Let me try something," June said. He pulled out a small device and connected it to the door panel. "Ha gave me this emergency bypass. I hope it works." Inside the lab, Ha was now on the floor. The pain was unbearable, but something strange was happening. The liquid metal in her blood wasn't just responding to the magnetic pulse, it was adapting to it. She looked at her hands and saw a silvery sheen spreading across her skin. The metal was coming to the surface, forming a thin, protective layer. "Jin," she managed to say. "The metal, it's protecting me." Jin was experiencing the same thing. The pain was still there, but it was changing. Instead of feeling like the metal wanted to leave his body, it now felt like it was wrapping around his organs, shielding them. "It's adapting," Jin whispered, in amazement. The door burst open and June and Tay rushed in. They too fell to their knees as the magnetic pulse hit them, but they kept moving. June crawled to a control panel and managed to shut down the pulse generator. The humming stopped, and the pain began to fade. "Are you okay?" Tay asked, helping Ha to her feet. "I think so," she said, looking at her hands. The silvery sheen was fading, the metal returning to her bloodstream. "Our bodies, they protected us." "How did you get in?" Jin asked. "We need to talk about that later," June said urgently. "Right now, we need to find whoever did this." They hurried out of the lab and saw 3 aliens running down the corridor. Tay and Jin chased after them. The aliens turned and pointed weapons at them, the same magnetic pulse devices that had been used in the lab. But this time, the humans were ready. When the pulse hit them, they felt discomfort, but no crippling pain. Their bodies had already adapted. Tay tackled one of the attackers while Jin grabbed another. The third tried to escape but ran straight into a group of council security, officers responding to the alarm. Hours later, the humans and Jin met with Ambassador Trelk and other council officials. The captured attackers had revealed important information. "The group Purity of Form has been working against Earth from the beginning," Trelk explained. "They plan to use your biological difference as a reason to reject Earth from the council." "They didn't count on liquid metal being so useful," June said. "Or adaptable," Ha added. "When they tried to use it against us, our bodies just found a new way to use it to protect us." Trelk looked at the humans with respect. "The council will vote tomorrow on Earth's full membership. After what happened today, I think the vote will be in your favor." Jin stepped forward. "There's more. We found evidence that high-ranking officials were involved, including someone from Representative Glar's office." Trelk looked shocked. "Are you certain?" "Yes," Ha said. "But we don't think Glar knew about cursing that they were using his anti-human position to hide their more extreme actions." As they left the meeting, Tay walked beside Jin. "You knew the magnetic pulse was coming, didn't you? That's why you were in the lab with Ha." Jin nodded. "I had suspicions. I didn't know exactly what they would do, but I knew they would target the metal in your blood." "Your blood too," Tay noted. "You have the same adaptation we do." Jin smiled, slightly. "My grandmother was from Earth. The metal flows in my veins too." The conspiracy had failed. Instead of proving human weakness, it had revealed human strength. The liquid metal that flowed through their veins wasn't just a quirk of evolution, it was the key to their survival among the stars. 1 year had passed since humans first met the aliens of the Galactic Council. Today was a special day. Earth was finally becoming a full member of the Council after proving itself during the probation period. Tay Park, now Admiral Park, stood in the grand meeting hall of the Council station. He wore a new uniform with gold stripes on the shoulders. Next to him stood Dr. Jun Kim, Dr. Ha Shin, and Jin Sun. They had all become heroes to both humans and aliens. "This is a historic moment," Tay said quietly to his friends. 1 year ago, many aliens feared us because of the metal in our blood. Now they want to learn from us." The main doors opened and council members filed in. Ambassador Trelk led them, followed by representatives from 52 alien worlds. Even Representative Glar was there, looking less angry than before. His daughter, Lena, walked beside him, smiling at the humans. "The council recognizes Earth as our newest full member," Trelk announced. His voice echoed through the hall. "Their unique biology, once seen as strange, has proven to be a valuable adaptation. Humans have shown courage, intelligence, and compassion." Trelk motioned for Tay to come forward. "Admiral Park will lead Earth's first defense fleet. This fleet will help protect Council space and explore new regions too dangerous for most species." The crowd cheered. Tay stepped up and bowed his head in respect. "Earth is honored to join the Council," Tay said. "We look forward to sharing our knowledge and learning from all of you." After the ceremony, the humans gathered in the science wing of the station. Many alien scientists were there too, working on new projects. "Dr. Kim and Dr. Shin will lead our new research program," Trelk told the scientists. "They will study how human metal biology might help other species." June showed the aliens his latest work on a large screen. "We've found ways to create temporary metal infusions that can protect against radiation and extreme temperatures." These treatments could help species travel to places they never could before. Ha pointed to another screen. And we're developing new materials based on our liquid metal biology. These materials can repair themselves and adapt to different conditions, just like our bodies do. An alien scientist raised a tentacle. But the metal in human blood came from technology first. Isn't that what the purity of form group was against? Jin stepped forward. That's the point they missed. Technology and biology aren't separate paths, they're connected. Humans didn't plan to adapt this way, but when our technology changed our environment, our bodies responded. Evolution doesn't care how changes happen, June added. It only cares if those changes help a species survive. Later that day, Tae and Jin walked through the station's garden dome. Beautiful plants from many worlds grew there, creating a peaceful place to talk. I've been meaning to ask you something, Tae said to Jin. They had become close over the past year, working together to build trust between humans and aliens. What is it? Jin asked. Would you like to join Earth's defense fleet? As my second in command? We need someone who understands both human and alien perspectives. Jin smiled. I was hoping you would ask. Yes, I'd be honored. Tae looked pleased. Good. We leave in 1 month to establish our first outpost. Where will it be? Jin asked. Proxima, Centauri B. The planet has harsh radiation and extreme temperatures, conditions that would kill most species. But with our liquid metal biology, humans can live there. Jin nodded. A perfect first colony. No one will fight us for it because no one else can survive there. 2 weeks later, the humans held a demonstration for the Council. They had developed new spacesuits based on their liquid metal biology. The suits were thin and flexible but could protect against radiation, heat, and cold better than any previous design. Traditional spacesuits are bulky and limit movement, Ha explained to the audience. Our new suits work with the metal in our blood to create better protection with less material. June stepped into an airlock wearing one of the new suits. The room beyond was filled with radiation levels that would kill unprotected aliens in minutes. Dr. Kim will remain in the high radiation chamber for 30 minutes, Ha told the watching aliens. The suit will work with his body's natural defenses to keep him safe. The aliens watched in amazement as June moved easily around the chamber, taking readings and performing tasks. When he returned, sensors showed he had received almost no radiation exposure. The suit detected the radiation and triggered the metal in my blood to form additional protection, June explained. It's like having armor inside and outside your body at the same time. The day before Earth's defense fleet was scheduled to depart, Tae and Jin visited Earth. They brought a group of alien dignitaries to see the human homeworld. The aliens wore special suits to protect them from Earth's gravity and atmosphere, which were stronger than what they were used to. They stood on the shores of Jeju Island, watching the sun set over the ocean. The water reflected orange and gold light, and a cool breeze blew across the beach. Your world is beautiful, Ambassador Trelk said to Tae. I understand now why your species is so strong. This planet has shaped you into survivors. Lena, Glar's daughter, touched the sand with her gloved hand. My father has changed his mind about humans. He says sometimes it takes an outsider to see the truth. Glar himself stood nearby. I was wrong about your species, Admiral Park. I thought your metal-infused biology made you dangerous. Now I see it makes you perfect explorers. You can go where we cannot, and survive what would kill us. Tae nodded in acknowledgement. Every species has its strengths. We're just learning what ours are. As darkness fell, lights came on in the city behind them. The aliens looked in wonder at the glowing human settlement. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter, Tae said. Earth ships will help establish colonies on worlds previously thought too hostile for settlement. And our research will continue, June added. Perhaps one day we can help other species adapt as we have. Trelk looked thoughtfully at the humans. Do you know what I find most remarkable about your species? It's not the metal in your veins, impressive as that is. It's your adaptability. You took what should have been poison and turned it into your greatest strength. As the group walked back to their ship, Jin moved close to Tae. Their hands touched. Briefly, a sign of the growing feelings between them. "Are you ready for tomorrow?" Jin asked. Tay looked up at the stars appearing in the night sky. "More than ready. This is just the beginning." The next morning, 5 ships from Earth left orbit, heading for the stars. They carried humans whose liquid metal blood would help them survive where no other species could. What had once made them different now made them valuable. The accident of evolution that gave humans metal in their veins had become the key that would unlock the galaxy's harshest frontiers. Humans, once the newcomers to galactic society, were now leading the way to the future.